Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're about to jump into a Swiss Battle for Zendikar draft. Just wanted to quickly announce kind of an exciting get for SeemsGoodMagic.com. I reached out to someone a lot of you may know from the past, a certain website, Draft Magic. Yes, that's right. I reached out to Marlon Egolf from Draft Magic, and he agreed to do a draft, and that'll be put up today as well. So check out Marlon Egolf's draft. Really cool to get him to do a draft for us. Please be sure to show your support if you like Marlon Egolf. Leave some comments. I'd love for him to do some more drafts for the website in the future. That would be really cool. And the YouTube channel. Yeah, so if you don't know Marlon Egolf, you got to check the video out. He's absolutely hilarious, really cool. He hasn't played Magic apparently in like 8 months, so it was really cool that he wanted to do the draft at all. And he still had Camtasia, and it just happened to work perfect. So yeah, he did an Innistrad draft. Be sure and check that out. If you have heard of Marlon, you know how awesome it is that he recorded a draft for the website. So, all right, looks like we're just about to start here. Okay, well, Endless One seems like pretty easy. Oh, never mind. Rolling Thunder. Yeah, I'll commit to a color if it's Rolling Thunder. Endless One's an awesome card, though. Really strong. But Rolling Thunder is Rolling Thunder. So, got to take that. Yeah. What else we got in here? Malachor Familiar. Awesome card in general, actually. It's got, it evades, it's got Death Touch, it gets bigger. A lot of abilities wrapped up into this card. What else is good in here? I mean, Tightening Coils actually have started to like just quite a bit. I think it's, someone's just going to slam Endless One after we take this Rolling Thunder, but that's cool. I have no problem with that. Rolling Thunder it is. Past Noyendar. Well, here's the main issue. I probably would just take anything that stayed on color with Rolling Thunder, but there is actually nothing that I'm not going to take a Belligerent Whiptail. Main issues here. If I take Noyendar, I might have a hard time casting it since it's white and blue and I have a double red. Here's something I can consider. I can try and build blue-red and splash the white to make Noyendar work. Noyendar just seems like the card I want to take here. Otherwise, if I wanted to build like towards red-blue, I'd take Horribly Awry or Spell Shrivel, but I don't need those. I mean, Noyendar definitely seems like the strongest card. Who doesn't want to cast a Rolling Thunder and get a 3/3 Awaken Elemental Haste creature out of it as well? We're just going to take Noyendar, and I'm going to hope we can find some Evolving Wilds to potentially make him work. But yeah, like theoretically, I'd love to make both of these cards work. We'll see if I can make that happen. Brood Monitor now too? Geez, why don't we just go 5-color good cards? Let's see. I mean, in red, there's Ondu Champion. In blue, there's Brilliant Spectrum. In white, there's a couple decent things, but nothing crazy. I mean, theoretically, I could go... It is an ally. I could go white-red splash blue or red blue splash white. So both of those options are available. I guess of these two cards, I'm more interested in playing Rolling Thunder than Noyendar, because Rolling Thunder can just end the game if you have enough mana. Could take the Ondu Champion. It feels early. Could take the Brood Monitor and maybe hope to team it up with the Rolling Thunder. Definitely seems like the strongest card in here. I'm not giving up much for it. I'm going to take Brood Monitor. It's just a strong card. Okay. What do we got now? So, Beastmaster, Plated Crusher. Plated Crusher seems like something I don't want just because I've got all of these different colors going on. I mean, Brood Monitor into Beastmaster is pretty awesome. And Boiling Earth's fine. It usually wheels, I think. Cloud Mantis fine. Not terribly exciting. I think I'll probably just take the Beastmaster. Okay with that. Are we sorted by color? I hope so, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. All right. Eyeless Watcher is fine. A little bit worried I'm not getting any red cards. And I definitely want to, I really want to play Rolling Thunder. Especially since I've done all these drafts and this is the first one I've gotten. But I guess if I can't make it work, I can't make it work. Probably just take Eyeless Watcher. Token producers plus pump spells is a strategy I like. And maybe we try black-green now if I'm getting all these token producers. Maybe I find late Swarm Surges and like that deck that destroyed me a couple drafts ago. Blighted Cataract's good too. We're going to take Eyeless Watcher here. Not a super exciting pick, but this pack is not super exciting, so I'm okay with that. Okay. I actually think Cutthroat's pretty insane actually with in the black green deck. Cutthroat is a powerhouse card. There is an outnumber. If I want to I do want to stay on track with Rolling Thunder. Here's the main issue. I'm taking token cards now. Well, the token cards actually work well without number, but I'm trying to think of ways I'm going to be able to pump in. I mean, I guess in green I've got Beastmaster planned to pump. Could make that work. I think Cutthroat's good for the black-green. I think Outnumber is the pick here, though. I still want to play Rolling Thunder. Even though red, I felt like I didn't see any red picks in the last 3 picks. It could just be not a lot of red in the packs. Outnumber, though, with token producers is a good plan. Rot Shambler seems like something that benefits us with the token plan. Right? I like it. And I think we find more Eyeless Watchers later. This is an uncommon. Yeah, I'll take Rot Shambler. We've already got a couple token producers. I think Noyandar's just about ready to get booted from the deck. But we'll take Rot Shambler. Okay. Void Attendant, we're not processing. So I don't think that's going to happen. Could just take Boiling Earth. We're on Reef Invoker, though. I think we're more likely to find Boiling Earth later. Although Boiling Earth's good against us. But Oron Reef Invoker's just good for us. I like it. I think it's a good card. I like the 8 mana sink Invoker cards. I think they're good. I'm going to take Invoker here. I don't have a problem with that. Wow, Eyeless Watchers, 4 days. I still think, and maybe someone feel free to debate me on this, but I feel like Eyeless Watcher is actually better than Call to Scions. I feel like getting the 3 bodies, even for having to pay the extra mana, is ultimately worth it. I don't know why, though, because it's not like the 1/1 does anything, so you wouldn't think that it would be, but for some reason, I feel like 3 bodies is really that much stronger than 2 bodies. We'll find out. Having all these token producers is going to be good with Beastmaster, if we can find more of those, to Drew Warcaller, and any more Rot Shamblers. So let's look for token synergy cards. I think Outnumber definitely has that. And like I said, Beastmaster definitely has that. See, this is the beauty of Beastmaster. You're playing an ally deck? Sure, it's a great card. You're playing a token deck? Sure, great card. So I just like the versatility of it. And it's a fatty, so it's like a fat creature, that's an ally, or it just pumps tokens. Infuse with the elements. Well, it worked well when I did Converge. But it's not looking great here, but I'm going to take it. Even 4 mana +2/+2 and Trample could be okay. We'll find out. Pathway Arrows versus Giant Mantis. I think Mantis is a good sideboard card. I think Pathway Arrows is also a good sideboard card. I don't know which one I like more. Let's take the Mantis, I think. All right, got the Boiling Earth, which is actually just really nice. I think this card is totally main deckable. All right, Fertile Thicket, sure. Pretty playable card. Someone suggested that you should always use the Fertile Thicket ability, and I haven't been. And I think I actually agree with them. So basically, even if you're not looking for a land, looking at the top 5 cards of your deck, like you put 5 cards on the bottom of your library, but it's kind of hard to explain. Say your deck has like 2 bombs remaining. You use Fertile Thicket. Let's say 5 cards revealed. You don't reveal a bomb. Well, then you're 5 cards closer to your bombs. Let's say you reveal one of your bombs. Then you know one of your bombs is on the bottom of your library and you have another bomb that you're looking for. I think I just agree that the information that you get from Fertile Thicket is pretty awesome. We're going to slam Hellkite here. I've played it a couple times. I think it's a great card. And otherwise, it might be Retreat to Kazandu. I've been meaning to try this card. Invoker's fine. I feel like the red Invoker, at least formerly, was going fairly late. But Hellkite is just insane, so we're going to take that. Got kind of a top-end heavy deck, but I think that's okay for now. We'll find our way back into this. Okay, now I kind of want to take the Predator over the Invoker. Gul'Draz's Overseer is awesome, but I just picked up a red bomb. I have another red bomb. We're going to make red work, even if they were getting cut in red. This deck already has a pretty good plan, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, when you're in red-green, you can make the landfall cards work, and then any other synergies we have, we can figure out, like the token pump plan, I think is fine too. But yeah, for now we're going to take Predator. I've just really been impressed with Predator. Okay, I mean, Nettle Drone is fine. We actually do have a couple of, like a few colorless spells. It's fine outside of that. I might just want the Stonewaker though. Or Invoker. I don't think I'm going to play Converge this time. I'm probably just going to go for more of a red-green thing, token thing. We're a little top-heavy, but remember, Rolling Thunder can be basically anywhere, and we don't have to play Boiling Earth main deck. Could also take the Stone Fury. We don't have a 5-drop. It is removal. It's not great removal. The removal spells in this format have been sort of misleading. They're expensive, which causes some problems. I might just want the Stonewaker because it's cheap. It is a good landfall creature. I think it's good. I'm trying to think if Nettle Drone's better. It doesn't exactly synergize with our deck. I think I'm going to take the Stonewaker. I like getting the cheapness of him. Someone could argue for Stone Fury there, perhaps. All right, Scythe Leopard, sure. So now we're getting interesting. We're taking landfall creatures. We're likely going to be an 18-land deck. We have a lot of top end, but I mean, there's nothing else in here I really want. So I think we're just going to take Scythe Leopard, which is fine. Brood Monitor number 2. Don't mind if I do. There's Beastmaster again, but Brood Monitor is just so many bodies wrapped up into one card. All right, now if I'm taking another 6-drop, we're starting to get to the point where I'm not worried. I don't want you to think that, but I feel like I'm going to be more of a... Well, we'll see what we wheel, but I feel like I'm going to be more of a late game deck, mid to late game winning deck. This is interesting. A third Eyeless Watcher. Probably just want the Geopede because it's cheap. It's not a fantastic card outside of aggressive decks, but it just I want to kind of get lower curve cards now. Like I don't even want to main deck the Mantis. And I kind of don't want to play Infuse in the 2-color deck either. So I could take a third Eyeless Watcher. There's also Invoker, another one. I kind of want to diversify, though. Geopede's been pretty good, actually. And I think we're going to find more token producers. Yeah, let's take the Geopede. We've got an interesting plan going on here. Now I kind of want this archive. I feel like with 4 6-drops of Rolling Thunder, yeah, we want this archive pretty badly, actually. Otherwise, Shatterskull Recruit's fine, too. It is an ally, but we want to get to our 6-drops ASAP, so we're going to take archive. Oh my god, that's the latest Warcaller I think I've ever seen. By the way, Warcaller is absolutely broken in this deck. Just broken. Double Eyeless Watcher, double Brood Monitor with Warcaller. Absolutely broken. All right, we're going to take Call to Scions. Now with Warcaller and Beastmaster, we should be able to make that work well. Plus, we want the ramp. And playing turn 3 Call to Scions lets us play turn 4 6-drops, which is pretty awesome. Sure Strike is fine. You know I love the Sure Strike too. This deck already looks great. Really nice looking deck now. We only need 4 cards to make a deck too. We'll take the Invoker now. We still don't have a way to process, and we're not going to play a cohort, so sure. Oops. Wow. Both Stone Fury and Oron Reef Invoker wheeled. I feel like I'm actually going to take Stone Fury here. I would love to have another 2-drop, but we're actually removal light enough where I'm okay taking a Stone Fury as just like a hard out to things. We have enough creatures where I feel like just picking up a removal spell there is going to be helpful enough. I don't think I want to play Swell of Growth, but we'll take it. Wow. 3rd to last pick Beastmaster. That's obscene. I love it. All right. So here's a deck. We're so mid-rangey now. I don't know if I want to be on the Side Leopard plan. Definitely cutting Swell of Growth. Even though it ramps, I just don't want it. We have so many 6-drops, but I'm just going to have to be okay with that. Canopy Vista's not worth anything, right? Or is it? Or is it? We'll find out. A little less than 2 tickets. Otherwise, I'm taking Nothing of Substance, Nettle Drone, Natural Connection, which ramps. This deck might want a Natural Connection. It's good with the landfall. It's good with 5, 6 drops. Otherwise, I'm taking 2 tickets and probably not splashing anything. I think we find another Natural Connection. This is a Swiss draft. I'm going to take 2 tickets. I think we'll find another Natural Connection. I don't even think Unnatural Aggression's that good in this deck anyway. I think, considering we already have a deck, we're going to be okay. I'm just going to take 2 tickets. All right, I can take Slide Runner. It's something cheap to do, which this deck wants. Could take the Channeler. Gets us to our 6 drops a little bit quicker. Probably want the Slide Runner. Lower the curve. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because we can be a deck that has a good early game plan and a good late game plan. I don't have a problem with that. It's going to make us pretty mid-rangey. But, I mean, Channeler gets us to our 6 drops faster, but I don't think we're main decking Boiling Earth either. Pretty likely. Let's take the Slide Runner. I think it's just something... If I have a good early game plan and a good mid to late game plan, I'm happy. Like with Scion's Double Eyeless Watcher, we should be able to get to our 6 drops and the Archive. And then we can stay busy and active early with our landfall guys. I think this will work. Omnath, beautiful. Wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. Inspector Gadget style. Yeah, we're taking Omnath. That is, look at how top. Our deck is so top heavy. All right. Now, okay. Here's a real decision. Do I want Lifespring Druid because our top end is absurdly expensive, or do I want like another cheap guy to stay busy early? I mean, that's Lifespring Druid. Obviously, much more of a card for, converged decks. But it brings us from 3 to 5. It's also good with Rolling Thunder. I may just want the Lifespring Druid to get some more ramp. I think there's a chance we wheel that Natural Connection, though. I may get off the Side Leopard plan just because it's a little bit too aggressive. I'm going to take the Lifespring Druid here. Not exactly what this strategy typically wants, but okay. Now I have another shot at Natural Connection, but I'm actually going to just take another Eyeless Watcher because Eyeless Watcher brings us to 4 to 6, as well as gives us 3 bodies for Tajur Warcaller and Double Beastmaster. This deck looks so fun. It's terribly, terribly exciting. I'm going to cut this Side Leopard. I'll have to figure out another cut after that, but for now, we're going to take Eyeless Watcher, number 3. Tokens for days, son. Deathless Behemoth, 3rd Beastmaster. All of these 6 drops that I can't play. I don't need the retreat. This doesn't strike me as a retreat deck. so much. I mean, Deathless Behemoth seems like something that keeps coming back with triple Eyeless Watcher, Call to Scions, double Brood Monitor. Can this deck afford to play six drops? No, but I mean, I'm not taking anything else. I mean, I'm not taking a third Beastmaster either. I could. Do I want to? I mean, I have so many 6-drops. I'm going to take the Deathless Behemoth. I don't even know what we're playing at this point. I could take a second Rot Shambler. It actually still seems good. Or I could take a second Lifespring Druid. This is just tough. I feel like this is a Rot Shambler deck because of all these token producers that we're almost assuredly sacking or chumping with. The funny thing is you swing with the Stonewaker token, and if it dies in combat, you actually make Rot Shambler bigger too, which is actually kind of cool. I mean, second Lifespring Druid is fine. I think we're going to end up cutting some of our top end. So I'm just going to take the Rot Shambler, which I still like in this deck. All right, now I just want sideboard Plummet. I think that's going to be important for certain matchups. All right, we did get the Natural Connection. Take it, possibly playing it. Just, yeah, I don't know, man. Now, I mean, this is just sort of this is going to be a challenging deck to make in a good way, but still challenging. Take the Channeler, which did wheel. Just all the Eyeless Watchers you could possibly imagine. As much as I want a second Plummet, I feel like Miasma is a day wrecker. So I'm going to take it. Like, I'd rather have one Plummet out of sideboard than 2 Plummets and have to face down Rising Miasma. That might actually be incorrect line of thinking, but I just don't want to lose to Rising Miasma. This deck looks particularly susceptible to it. We have, like, this deck is incredible. So many fun things to do. What's the main issue? Well, I think that's fairly obvious. The main issue is I need to cut cards, and I don't know what I want to cut. So we're much more of a mid to late game deck now. That much is obvious. We have to play 18 lands with that many top end cards. I feel like the Beastmasters are ultimately going to be better than the Deathless Behemoth. The funny thing is they both have synergies with Eyeless Watcher, because you're going to sack tokens and get back your Deathless Behemoth, or you're going to play Beastmaster and get some dudes online. But and it's not like we have a strong ally plan. We don't. Call to Scions is also a creature, by the way. This deck is like pure creatures. So I'm kind of happy I picked up that Stone Fury too, so we actually have some removal. I think we're going to cut the Deathless Behemoth. I need to make 5 more cuts. That's going to be challenging. I feel like mana sink cards are going to be good with all this ramp. So maybe cut the Tunneling Geopede, which I think is good. I feel like ultimately it's not exactly the game plan I want. And I want to keep my ramp. I think we have to keep my ramp cards. I think Lifespring Druid, Natural Connection, Call to Scions, Quad, Eyeless Watcher are pretty important to get to these powerhouse 6-drops. But I'm curious about the Channeler. I might cut the Channeler. Even though it does technically also get us to 6 and 7, I think by the time I've gotten to 5, I've already got there by means that get me to 6, if that makes sense. So like Channeler's ramp ability seems, even though it is good with Rolling Thunder, I feel like it's a little bit less needed in this deck since we have at 3 and 4 Call to Scions, Lifespring Druid, Natural Connection, Archive, Quad, Eyeless Watcher to get us to 6. So I'm going to cut the Channeler. Also, I just feel like I have better things kind of going on. I don't want to cut any removal either, though. Maybe I cut Slide Runner or Stonewaker just to sort of stick to more of a... I feel like the Predator does enough work on its own where it's ultimately... I feel like I'm going to have my mana wrapped up, so Stonewaker probably less good, although it does have the random synergies with Rot Shamblers. But I actually think Rot Shamblers are really good in this deck. Not only do we have a boatload of creatures, 20 right now with the Call to Scions, but with the token production alone, it's like, it's going to be nuts. They're going to be huge. Let's, I think, cut the Stonewaker. I don't like cutting early game, but I think it's just got to be done. Do I want to cut another 6-drop? I mean, 5 6-drops and a 7-drop is a high end. But, I mean, we've got the ramp to support it. We do have the ramp to support this much of a high end. I just feel like the Beastmasters and the Brood Monitors are so good. And obviously I can't cut a Hellkite. I mean, look at it. It's Hellkite and an Omnath. Maybe I do cut Predator. All right, I guess we're kind of just dipping it. We're just going for more of a mid-range deck. These cards are very good beatdown cards, and I do like them. But with this much ramp, I kind of want to support this crazy, powerful, high-end deck that we have. And like I said, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 4-drop or less ramp cards should allow us to get to our 6-drops fairly effectively. I have to make one more cut, though. Could be the Slide Runner. I don't like cutting early spells, but I think we're going for the token plan, man. Got to go for that token plan. The problem is Lifespring Druid and Natural Connection only bring us to 5, and 6 is the important number. But they also bring us to Eyeless Watcher in case we miss our... Well, I still feel like ramp is... If we're running this many 6 and 7 drops, if we're running 5, 6 drops and a 7 drop, I think we have to run Natural Connection. We just have to be able to get to that mana. And these at least put a bunch of bodies on the board for blocking, which is good. Outnumber seems really important in this deck too, with all the token producers. Yeah, I guess we're cutting the Slide Runner. So my sideboard plan is maybe if we're getting Omega aggro down, maybe I cut a Beastmaster for another cheap creature, or like a Boiling Earth could be good in some matchups. This was actually a kind of challenging deck to make because I had to cut so much low end to support this top end. But with the ramp, I think we can support this top end. And just the fact that we have Warcaller and double Beastmaster with double Brood Monitor, quad Eyeless Watcher, Call to Scions is like nuts in itself. Archive has never looked better, I don't think. So, all right. This is it. This is the deck. Mostly green, but we're red intensive. So I think we're going to have to do closer to a split than I care to admit. I don't think I want to run Looming Spires, though. It just doesn't look like it's a card that really is necessary for us. If we were more beat down, I'd be more on board with Looming Spires. But Fertile Thicket might be important if we... It could come back to bite us, but only one into the battlefield tap land I think is fine, in an 18-land deck especially. So, okay. That seems unnecessary. 10-8. Problem is, like, all of our spells are double red, and most of our spells are mono green. I think 10-8's probably still fine, though. Although Akum Hellkite wants mountains. I mean, I also have Natural Connection and Lifespring Druid to give us red. All right, we're going 10-8. This deck's cool. Look at this deck. This deck looks like a lot of fun. So this is it. This is it, folks. We got the expensive token beatdown with early ramp. So we'll see how it does. It definitely looks like a fun deck. All right, we'll see you round one.